What? What's going on, guys? I swear, every time we start these live streams, I gotta talk, and I'm like, hopefully everyone's well. I see some of you already here. Chance, Joey T, or Joe T, wants to know who I got for president. President Camacho. Archdog. It's the final countdown. Hopefully everybody's well. I don't really have much to talk about tonight, so we're just going to wing it and see how it goes. And just hopefully, talk to the chat the whole time and see how everybody is doing this fine Thursday evening. Doggy Dogger. Hello. Where is everybody? Tell me where you're at. I want to know where people are. Let's see if we can find anybody cool. Well, I'm not going to know if you're cool, but where is everybody? Johnny, thank you, I guess. I think I look kind of the same. There we go. Colorado, Florida, New Jersey, Denver, Columbus, Ohio, another Colorado, Joshua Tree. What are you doing in Joshua Tree watching this? You're driving to Disneyland, Isaac. Hopefully you're not driving too far. Disneyland at Christmas is a good time to go. Missouri, California, Maryland, Los Angeles, outside of Philadelphia. UP of Michigan. Is UP the Upper Peninsula of Michigan? Outside of St. Louis. Bernay. Bernay? That's how you pronounce that, right? Bernay, Germany. Well, hello from way across the pond. I mean, for me to get to Germany, I got to go all the way across the continent, and then I can go across the pond. Hopefully everybody's good tonight. Yeah, I just had a really busy week, and I don't know, really much didn't happen within Paintball that I saw that was worth talking about. We did have a couple pro moves that, I don't know, I just didn't have time to set up today, so here we are. I think that Cody Makowski, longtime Infamous player, got picked up by AC Diesel, which is kind of crazy. Link Baiter, perfect timing, had to change a headlight. It's been a long time since I've changed a headlight in a car. I'm trying to move my mat on the ground. My, I don't know, padded mat or whatever. We need an Antarctic indoor field. That'd be dope. Like an Antarctic themed indoor? With fake ice and stuff, or actually in Antarctica. Someone said something about Disneyland. Someone was driving to Disneyland, and Isaac said he was driving to Disneyland, and it made me think about Antarctica, and then it made me think about the Matterhorn. Blast Camp purchasing a pro spot. That's true. That did happen. Whose spot did Blast Camp purchase? I can't remember now off the top of my head. Someone fill me in the chat. Oh, gosh. I know I saw that, and I've just been all over the place this week. So I really didn't look at it yet. NRG. So NRG and Revo merged, correct? Tell me if I'm crazy. They didn't buy the Latin Saint spots, or they would, oh, the Bears. That's right. I think that there was a rumor that NRG and Revo were going to merge. But yeah, it's true. It ended up being the Bears and NRG merging. I don't know. I guess we'll find out what their final roster is. The Bears didn't fare so well this season, so we'll see, I guess, who they keep from that roster coming up pretty quick here. We'll see. Oh, that's right. They did. The Brooklyn Bears powered by NRG. I remember seeing that. I thought that was funny. The Ultimate Rental. How are you, sir? It's been a while, I think. That's what you said in there. Sorry I haven't been around very much. I've been very sick. Well, hopefully you're getting a little better. I've just been crazy busy. Hopefully it wasn't like COVID sickness. Isaac says, LOL, there's a basketball court inside the Matterhorn. Really? Huh. I've heard that rumor. Imagine a paintball sesh in Disneyland. That would be effing wild. It just reminded me of, I think that I was at Disneyland once and the power went out and all the emergency lights came on. What ride was that on? I mean, it was like, 25 years ago at this point, so I don't really remember. But we were definitely inside a ride. It might have even been the Matterhorn. And like all the lights came on and it kind of took away the mystique. There's like, I-beams everywhere and all kinds of like infrastructure. It's not as cool. Ultimate Rental with that super chat. Not COVID, more serious, but on the mend. Good Lord. Well, COVID killed 1 million something people, so hopefully it's not worse than that. Man. Hopefully you're getting better. I don't know what that like ultimate, it's just like in the chat it just said the ultimate rental in like the chat. I don't know what that's all about. Making homemade potato soup, that sounds pretty good. I like, my mom used to make potato soup all the time. It's not bad. I like potato soup. I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner. I'm very hungry. So hopefully we make it through this thing without my stomach gurgling and going crazy. I guess we have a couple things we can talk about, but more like stuff that's promoting myself, not so much maybe interesting paintball stuff. I'm going to switch my theme to dark mode so I can read it a little bit easier. There we go. What can we talk about? So I thought about just watching some videos that I wanted to talk about for a long time. There was a video with Nick Ripple. Nick Ripple of the New Orleans Hurricanes and also Breakout Spa over there in Belgium. Go Sports and him kind of put a video together. We might watch some of that. There was a Force of Nature, not like old Dirter Force of Nature video, but the Force of Nature Hurricanes video by Planet Eclipse. Then I'm gonna like talk about some of this stuff. Maybe we'll talk about the giveaway that's gonna come up. We might as well just talk about that right now. So if you guys were here last time, or we should say the time before, I have kickstarted. Let's hit that button. The Patreon for this Paintball Ruin My Life thing. And there are a few tiers you can see right there. We have that supporting tier, which you just get, sending it $1 to buy a quarter of a cup of coffee or something like that. There's a silver tier that gets you early access to videos, ad-free videos, longer edits in videos. You get like a special role over in the Discord, and you get access to the private Discord channel in the Paintball Ruin My Life server. And then over in that gold tier, you're going to get all of that stuff. But there's also this product giveaway area. And I bring that up because next weekend during the live stream, I'm actually going to do one of those giveaways. So anybody who signs up for the Patreon by next Thursday, by the time we go live next Thursday, is going to be entered into that giveaway. And I'm going to give away, let's switch down to this, some stuff from... Let's get rid of some stuff. We're gonna give away next live stream to those gold supporting Patreon members some Paintball DNA stuff. Let's just put it all right here. So I'm giving away that. So that's gonna be like the first giveaway of this whole thing. One of those 50 round Jello hoppers that are really neat. These are kind of soft. You can kind of see it squeezing in on there, so maybe you'll get some bounces off the thing. It's really pliable. I really like these hoppers because they have like this cool magnetic lid. It's really neat. That 14-inch blunderbuss barrel for your dye ultralight barrels. These things are just really kind of fun to have and goof around with. A JT Proflex keychain. These are really neat. 3D printed Proflex keychain, and then also a bullet thread saver for your tank, and then a matching fill nipple cover. Probably the coolest thing though are these gun stands. So this is their, God, it's been a long time since I've opened this. Let's see if I can do it. Very simple to, nope, did I do it right? Give me a second, there we go. It's kind of hard to see here, but it folds up really like nice. You put your tank right there, your barrel can sit right there, so your gun's kind of like, sitting something like that. They're cool, they fold up and just go right into a bag. They're very mobile. So next time, gold tier Patreon members are going to be entered to win that jazz right there. And the goal of these is to do one every month for those gold tier members. So next time I'm going to have the brand new nano barrel from Carbon Paintball they just released. That's going to take those power inserts. So if anyone wants to, you support this channel, it's greatly appreciated. Any support is, greatly, greatly appreciated. So if you want to get, a chance to win any of that paintball DNA stuff, or, that carbon barrel in the future, or there might be a Kinetic giveaway. I might give away some other stuff that we'll talk about even more later. So definitely there's a link in the description of this video. And then someone's saying, put a link in the chat. Put a link in the chat. There is, or will be, a link in the chat right there. So and if you live, you can actually click on that. I don't think it works like post live stream or whatever, or something like that. But either way, there's a link in the description. Anyone who wants to experience Patreon. I want to do more on Patreon. I'd like to do some like member-only live streams or something like that. Maybe at the point where we get more people in there, we can talk about that a little bit more. Smoke Fools says, have you seen the leak? Have you seen the leak of the Dye M4? Any word on that? Yes. We talked about maybe like, gosh, a month and a half ago now, maybe 2 months ago, some of the renderings that we saw of like blueprints of the gun. And then there came out about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that, a new rendering that showed the Dye M4 possibly. Let's see if I can find it really fast. I might not have saved it. What the hell was I talking about? Yeah, so this actually leaked and came out, but was not, oh, there it is. But was not, okay, let's see if I'm gonna try to drag it into the window really fast. But that is not, oh, nope, I guess that's not it. Well, that's one of them, I guess. That was, there's the other one. So the first one we saw right there. We don't really know all that much about, we didn't know much about this at the time, and I guess we kind of still don't. Those, I don't know, appeared online like a month ago, like I was saying. And then quickly, this came out, and I guess I should give credit to whoever, posted this. It was the Scotty from Will Ball for Soup posted this thing. And I don't know. I mean, I don't think this is real. There was someone from Dye that was saying that this is not real. And it was kind of just an idea or possibly a prototype. I guess, I don't know. And that there will be possibly an M4 in the future, but this is not what it will look like. But this doesn't even really look like an M4 to me. It kind of just looks like a spruced up or like a higher end version of the DSR. We can see that little push button on the back. It's the exact same kind of push button that they have on the DSR. So we're not really sure if this thing's coming out or what actually is going on. I kind of expected to see a version of that M4 at World Cup. So who knows? I mean, we definitely know that the DSR is considerably more popular. I think it's more reliable, it shoots better, and I was going to say it's a little more ergonomic, but probably not. It definitely shoots better though, so I think that Dye probably going with, taking the DSR and sort of making it a high-end gun is a little bit interesting, so it's like, what are they going to do with the DSR then? I guess they'll just keep it, sort of like Planet Eclipse do. Planet Eclipse essentially have that gamma core in all of the guns. It's in the CS3 and it's in the EMEC. And those guns have a dramatic price difference. So it seems like Dye might be kind of doing that same thing. Rebel Force says, I'm working on developing a paintball product, nothing groundbreaking, but something I think no one else does. Do you have a P.O. box posted anywhere so I can send it to you when ready? With permission, of course. No, I don't have a P.O. I do have a P.O. box, but I don't know if it's like published anywhere. If you want, email's for sure the best way. Just send me an email at brad@paintballruinedmylife.com. brad@paintballruinedmylife.com. It's pretty easy. That's easily the best way to get a hold of me. Easily. I mean, I'm not ever looking at I hardly ever look at Instagram or Facebook messages or any of those things. So email's definitely the best way. But it would be nice to see, Dye coming out with a gun that more people like. I mean, I don't think that the dye guns really haven't been popular in a very long time. I mean, it's probably been 10-ish years or something like that since the dye guns have been popular. I think that the DSR certainly helped kind of bring them back into more of the mainstream. But Planet Eclipse is so dominant. I really would like to see Dye just kind of come back with a gun that could kind of challenge Planet Eclipse a little bit more. And possibly, just having that M3, M4 with the DSR internals might take them there. So I'm curious to see. The Ultimate Rentals gold membership confirmed. Dub C with a $42 super chat. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that's the biggest super chat in a long time. Someone sent a $300 one once. That's kind of crazy, but very much appreciated, guys. Especially when I don't have anything to do, I don't we don't have anything cool planned. It's just me winging it and kind of jamming and seeing what happens. Awesome. I appreciate it so much. See, it's doing that Dub C thing, and you like when I say Dub C, or should I say WC? I like Dub C. So we should call you Dubs. Dubs. Thanks, Dubs. I missed a comment I wanted to try to read. Wow, it says chat as subscriber now. I don't know what that means. Dubs. I like Dubs. Is it true that Dye Marker shoots badly in cold weather? It probably matters which gun. I mean, I think that the DSRs probably work a little bit better in warmer weather. Why is the focusing? Ultimate Rental. Super chats. Do you guys like the Wayne Campbell thing up there? We can do that too. I appreciate those so much. YouTube takes a lot from you, though. They take 30%, which is kind of crazy. I mean, that's honestly one of the reasons why I did Patreon, is that I was kind of battling back and forth whether to do Patreon or do YouTube memberships. I really like the idea of YouTube memberships because you can kind of see the memberships here on YouTube. If you comment on a video, or I can just see who, in the live streams, it'll give you a special color and stuff, and it'll tell you you're a member. But YouTube's taken 30% of that. And then I also really, really worry with Paintball that they could just delete my channel at any time. And if they delete the channel, then the memberships go away and it's much harder to restart it all. So if they delete the channel, which, could happen, at least we've got that, Patreon thing kind of going. I don't know if they delete it. We've heard of other channels getting deleted for really no reason. And it's very difficult to monetize some of these paintball videos. You kind of have to trick YouTube into monetizing them. It's like none of these live streams they let me monetize anymore either. Because if I show a paintball gun, they freak out and then it's all over. So who knows? Anyway. Super chat thing is excellent. It's definitely excellent. I mean, I definitely like it. Shit, that's Bill and Ted. There's two excellents, because Bill and Ted would say excellent, and they'd be like, they'd have like a cool guitar riff. I can't make a guitar noise with my mouth. But then Wayne Campbell would say excellent as well. Excellent. Bill and Ted, though, I haven't watched that movie. I haven't seen that movie in so long that I can't imagine it's like the most exciting thing ever. But, you know, Wayne's World's still a good movie. So, you know, well, Wayne's World really isn't that bad. Well, we can talk about another thing that is a kind of a promotion for myself. A little bit. This isn't really, I wouldn't say a promotion fully for myself, but it's darn close. Let's switch to this. And I want to kind of show some people what is happening. I'm not clicking the right buttons. Let's see if we can make that code show up like that. Look at that. I just really, look, it seems so dark. Did it just turn off? Did I not have that light on? I don't know. I just really like this thing. G1 Paintball sent me this a few weeks ago in their head wrap. Big fan of these things. I'm gonna make an entire video on this. But I really like these head wraps, you know, or I should say beanie or headwear or whatever we're calling this thing. But for a long time, I've been wearing these really lightweight, kind of dry fit mesh, you know, kind of caps rather than an entire beanie. But the one problem is there's really no protection on the thing. So this one, it's got like this big thick, it's not too thick, but padding around the bottom, and I just really like these things. They were kind enough to do that promo code right there for us. So if you go to G1 Paintball, you can actually get 10% off if you want to check one of these things out. But I really like it. I was kind of shocked, actually, when I first opened the box at just how much I liked it. It's really soft and just comfortable. They fit extremely well. There's two sizes. My head kind of fits the small medium size the best. They've also got one that just doesn't have any top at all. It's just like, you know, a head protector. This one's maybe good if you want to wear another beanie over the top of it. I really like the silicone print. It just holds the, like, your headband in place really well if you want a headband over it. They're really cool. There's also a link in the description if you want to check these things out. But use that promo code if you buy one. You get 10% off. They're $35. You know, you save, you know, a couple dollars. It's not too bad. I just think they're awesome. I'm a huge fan. Evan with a super chat. There we go. Thank you, sir. I sent my carnivore out to get rebuilt, and they recommended butter modding it. I've never even heard, I don't even know what that is. Have I heard of that term before? I have not. A butter modding, I have no clue. Although that's not too surprising, because if it's not extremely popular in the cocker world, I'm probably not going to know all that much about it. Just because there's so many little weird cocker things that I just don't know about. Mainly because they're either sold by really small companies. There's people that make like one product for an autococker, and it's just like a lot of things I'm not sure about. Linkbaiter in that chat said, though, Buttermod is Cockertop's thing. He keeps pretty tight-lipped about what it actually is. Then I wouldn't get it. If like they can't tell you what it is, I wouldn't do it. Although the name makes it seem like it somehow makes it shoot better or something like that. I would imagine it's like, I mean, if they're not changing out parts, I mean, it really just might be like spring tuning it and stuff like that. That was also Joey 007 Joey Votto, or Joe Vito, says, all it is Cockertop drilling the valve. That was my other assumption too, is because that's what I did for my Empire Sniper. It's back there. We like drilled out the valve to make it flow a little better, and then kind of messed around with the springs to get a little lower pressure. So he's drilling out the valve. I wouldn't do it. I mean, on the carnivore though, I mean, I don't know. Like, you know, one of the things that I'm always like telling people is that I don't think a lot of these modifications work that well. They might make your gun a little quieter or kick less. You know, maybe it does shoot better. But I think that at the same time, you're kind of sacrificing maybe reliability or air efficiency. So I kind of think that for the most part, you know, leaving these guns is close to factory, is close to stock, really kind of makes sense. You know, maybe it didn't make sense 20 years ago or 15 years ago when the Carnivore was made. But certainly that's true with all the new guns. It's just leaving them stock is kind of probably the best. I don't know. Ultimate Rental, again, gee whiz, man. I appreciate you. I'm kind of wondering why. I'd like the name. Oh, okay, it does put all your names in the super chatter thing. That wasn't working before. I also set this up because I was really kind of curious about what happened with these. Sorry, you said, if you purchased a Patreon, it says chat. It says, if you purchased the Patreon, it says chat as subscriber. I still don't know what you mean. In like, it's if you purchase the Patreon, it says chat as subscriber. Like on Patreon, it says chat as subscriber. I don't know. I think he's referring to the Discord role, possibly. Unless I like on this chat, I don't know what you mean. Because I'm looking at the chat and I don't see anything. Can I make you guys see the window that I'm looking at? No, that's kind of hard. I don't know, dude. I really don't. I mean, I wish it would. Because like your name looks the same, all the same everywhere. Tyler, $5. Everyone's going crazy with super chats. I appreciate it. Does anything cool happen if I do this? Probably not. This is kind of cool though. Look like I can make it rain. In YouTube chat, it changed the chat as subscriber. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. I'd look more into it, but this is just a hard time to do that. I truly don't know. Tyler, what'd you say? I want to buy Paintball, ruin my life. How much? The whole entire thing? Someone offered me once. Lone Wolf tried to drive by it once. They like kind of offered somehow. Someone was talking about it through them or something. YouTube has a connection to Patreon. Did you just sub the channel? The Ultimate Rental, he should be subscribed for a very long time. And I don't think Patreon has like YouTube integration. I mean, they do, but I don't think that it actually like affects the channels. Actually, I don't even know if there's YouTube integration. Because in the apps, I'm looking at it right now, in the app section, it lets me connect to Discord and Vimeo. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. 6 years. It's a long time, dude. Making me feel like I've been doing this for too long. Link baiter? Oh, I see what he means. I'll post in the Discord, Brad. Awesome. That works. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to try to be a little bit more active in the Discord channel too. You can find Discord. There's a link to the Discord in the bottom of this. But the one problem I have with Discord is, you know, it's a chat, so much stuff happens. It's like, you know, so much stuff happens so quickly, and you gotta like be constantly like reading and scrolling and stuff. And I just don't, honestly, I just don't want to do that. It just requires me to like sit in front of Discord for so long. M says, I won a TM40 Freak Edition in a raffle. Should I upgrade the bolt to the F16 or the stanchion? We talked about that last week. I don't really think so. I think that the price of those bolts, you're probably not going to see much improvement. We know that that F16 bolt actually kind of just helps with rollback a teeny bit, which I don't know if that's a huge of a problem. So I think, you know, leaving the thing stock is what I would do. That's certainly what I would do. Because like after all these years of upgrading guns and stuff and like installing upgrades for people and stuff, I just don't think they're worth it. I think that we were talking about a little earlier. I think that reliability thing kind of comes into it a lot. That's kind of what I think. What are people talking about? I want to figure out this like Patreon YouTube thing. YouTube has no connection to Patreon. Did you just... We already read that one. I'm guessing you probably didn't notice. I didn't until I was looking for it. I don't know. Where does it say subscriber at? You should like take a screenshot. You should take a screenshot and then put it in Discord. I really would. I wish it would. I really, really wish it would connect. But I don't think that YouTube would do it because it's like one of the reasons they want you to do YouTube memberships so that it like indicates on YouTube that you're you're a supporter or a member or whatever, like something like that. But God, I wish it did. So maybe it does. I don't know. How about this? Format adjustment. X-Ball, 5 points per buzzer smash and 1 point for each live body. Huh. I don't know. It says chat as subscriber in the chat. It didn't say that. Like in the chat, like text entry spot or whatever. I truly don't know. In mine, it says chat publicly as Paintball ruined my life. I don't know. Either way, I'll definitely look into it later. Hopefully Linkbaiter over here. Linkabaiter. Link Arbiter. I can't ever read. Hopefully we figure it out, because I'd like to know, so. Evan! With another super chat. I just like the rain, it's kind of cool. Oh, I want to fix this little, like, dealio over there. What'd you say? I appreciate it. My wife said airsoft looks cool. Should I file for a divorce right away, or just apply a tasteful amount of physical abuse? I'd probably lean toward divorce. Unless you can, like, just start playing airsoft. I mean, who cares what your wife thinks? Just do what you want. Tell her, like, this is my hobby. This is my thing. I'm going to do whatever I want. Or you can just start playing airsoft. There's also that. Yes, the transparent text. Okay, we're still trying. I'm going to, like, never get off of this. I really want to know what's happening. Evan? Thank you. But don't hate your wife. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe if she's just getting out of line. Which, thinking airsoft looks cool is a little bit out of line. Because I don't get it. I mean, if you want to play Army, just go be in the Army. Right? I mean, I don't know. I think MagFed's kind of cool. I really think MagFed, like magazine-fed paintball is kind of cool. And maybe airsoft's not that bad, but I don't want to dress like I'm like, on a SWAT team. I just don't get it. Eric, EP, you should do tier memberships on here, like Spick and Span. Always supporting. I know you do. You're the man. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. I mean, the problem with like YouTube memberships, I really do kind of like how they're separate. Like in anything, right? I want to try to like, especially with this stuff, we got to try to like diversify like where money comes from, right? So like, I make affiliate links from Amazon on the website and on YouTube. So that's kind of like a separate source of income. There's, YouTube just with videos and super chats from people. But then adding on Patreon kind of makes it like another separate thing. So it's all a little bit separate so that like for some reason the YouTube, man, I got burping. for some reason, if the YouTube channel gets deleted, you know, I still got those Patreon people, so I can like restart the Ruined Clips channel. It's the whole reason I've even started that Ruined Clips channel. It was one of the main reasons, so that like Ruined Clips. Oh man, I thought I had it like pulled up. The whole point of doing this YouTube channel right here was so that for some reason this main channel gets deleted. We still got like kind of a backup one and ready to go. So I really, really want to do YouTube memberships. Trust me, I struggled with which one would be better. But a lot of people do Patreon too, and Patreon I can kind of do more interesting things on Patreon a little bit. And Patreon's pretty easy, right? Like, I don't have my phone on me, but the Patreon app's really cool too. So, I mean, the Patreon app, you can just, you know, log right into Patreon and it'll just tell you every time I post stuff or whatever. But trust me, I thought about it in great detail. Tyler said something earlier I kept trying to read. Tyler asked a long time ago, one of your old videos came up in my suggestions today. Hopefully you watched it. And I love the way you removed the ano from your Geo 3.5. Could you elaborate on how you did that? Sure. Let's find that video too. We'll just like show what people we're talking about. How do I find that? How do I go Geo 3.5 Paintball ruined my life and see what happens? That didn't work. Taking apart, whoops. Yeah, that worked. There we go. I mean, this is a long ass time ago, right? 6 years ago, god damn. So this video was me disassembling.
Going to rebuild my 3.5 in real time,
and then I'm like yelling at the screen.
So my 3.5.
Yeah, so this gun I actually needed a brand new solenoid for, and the whole reason I was doing this video is because I needed a solenoid. And yeah, needed a solenoid, so just kind of took the thing apart and walked people through taking it apart. But if you see in there, let's fast forward to my body. Look at this is the paintball store. Look at all the parts I had. This was box 3 of 2 for Planet Eclipse. It was great having all these parts, but it was a sort of a nightmare. There were probably like 80 to 90 of those boxes full of paintball parts. It was kind of crazy. But we are talking about, I wish I kind of had that shirt still too. That body. So look at the thing. You can kind of tell. Let's see if I like show it a little closer up or anything. I can't see. Yeah, you can definitely look at that cool contraption too. I've talked about this thing a couple times in live streams. An Angel Air. That's an Angel Air regulator with like an adapter hooked straight up to a scuba tank. That's how I tested guns. You can see that hose coming off right there. And I just would plug straight in the back. So what we're talking about really is that gun. I mean, you can kind of see that there's no anodizing and it's really silver. So the way I did that really, I was at one point I tried to look into, and I guess I was looking into, using an air tools or a Dremel or something like that. But I was looking on the voided warranty form over on Paintball Nation, and a lot of the guys just recommended against it because it's really hard to gauge how much metal you're taking off. I mean, you want to be like really like smooth with it and really like delicate rather than like just like taking off like a half an inch at a time. So I just hand filed that. I literally disassembled my gun and hand filed that entire body down. You can see how it's definitely missing a lot of the milling. It's just like a smooth body rather than a milled body on the 3.5s. And my whole goal was to try to make it as round as possible and just eliminate all the milling. And I, for the most part, did that. I mean, I could have probably like, you know, done a better job. I could have tuned it and like been a little bit more intricate with making it more round, but I never actually finished it. I mean, it took so long. I mean, that was probably like 10 hours of filing just right there, and I probably could have put in another 15. So I never finished it, and it looked like that forever, and I played with it like that forever. Planet Eclipse was like, don't use it like that. Because it's not really a good idea to use raw aluminum because it can get a little messed up. So I just hand filed it. I just bought, some little, files or whatever, and we're just filing away at that bad boy forever. My 3.5, I loved that gun. I used that gun. I probably used that gun more than anything I've used in the last like 10 years, something like that. I think I had it like 3 years or something like that. It was a project. It was a hell of a project. What else is happening in here? No, Brandon, because milling and anodizing is aftermarket. I don't know. What did Brandon say? Brandon said, should paintball marker manufacturers have a customization application for designing and upgrading your own personal marker right from the manufacturer rather than sending it for anodizing companies? It's probably going to matter who the manufacturers are. I know at one point you could do that. That's one of the things that like Bob Long was known for a very long time. I personally, ordered a G6R in like 2012 or something like that, a brand new G6R from Bob with, exactly the color I wanted, with the parts I wanted. I got like a sand kind of tan color with black parts. And you could also get like crazy splash anodizing or all kinds of fades from them. So it is a thing that, could be offered. One of the biggest hurdles I think in that though is that the Bob Long guns were made in the US. They were made in Oregon. So having them, made and then just shipped back to California where they were anodized was kind of an easy thing to do. It really wasn't that hard. Mark's my hit the like button, guys. Why? I feel like I'm going in and out of focus all the time. Yeah. Dana, I was getting to that. So I don't know what I was saying. So having, it was a lot easier for the, Bob Long to do that because the guns were kind of made here, right? So they could contact the customer and just, talk to the anodizer. But a lot of these guns are made overseas. Most of them are made in Taiwan. So I think that that makes it a little bit more difficult, and it just costs more, right? I mean, you're anodizing one gun rather than doing, 25 at a time or, 40 at a time. You're just doing one. So it's just going to be a lot more money for, the consumer, but you're kind of willing to pay that anyway because you're going to pay probably the same price at like a private label anodizer. But it's just so much work for the companies. I think that it's just easier not to offer those things. But like Dana said, Dye does have that. Dye do that with their, Icon 1 series. Are they calling it Icon? With the Icon, 1 series where you can custom design a gun. But they're offering some different things. Like they're doing that print stuff. Kind of like Planet Eclipse is doing with all their team version guns. They have that print they're putting on the gun, which is cool. I mean, it's definitely a custom thing, but it's not as cool as the Bob guns. Because the Bob Long guns were real anodizing. You could get splashes and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, something like that. Mark, coming out this weekend? I don't know. It's supposed to freaking rain, right? I was looking at the weather this weekend. Sunday, rain, and I cannot go on Saturday. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I can come out Saturday. I definitely can't go, or I definitely don't want to go if it's raining though. Because I was going to try to film something, but now I don't need to, so I don't know. I know I haven't been playing paintball in a long time. I don't know. It's something's happening every weekend these past couple weeks, 2 months or something like that. And then the weather's all cold and I don't know. Dubs. I like dubs. One thing that'd be cool, Paintball Ruin My Life Tour, grab a bunch of cities and play for a month at local fields. I wanted to do that, and who knows, maybe it'll happen at some point. I was going to try to get sponsors and a van, and I was going to go wild. We could probably do that. I think that I just got to be more consistent with videos. That's my most important thing, is we got to be a little bit more consistent with like how often I'm coming out with these things. I think that's the most important part. Papaya salad. Papaya will be warm. Warm you up, Brad. That's funny. Bring a microwave and I'll actually put it in a microwave. We could get a barrel and we can make a barrel fire at the field. Wouldn't that be cool? I'd love to have one of those big steel barrels and just throw a bunch of crap in it. We can have a barrel fire. I'm outside your house, Raymond. Nathan, I saw a comment earlier. I'm going to read your first one. I actually kept reading it. I just saw something about 170. I've been around high-end markers for a while now and still don't see a huge difference between the 170 and high-end markers other than looks, softer shot quality, and ergos. How do you feel about this? I mean, that's pretty much all. I mean, that's probably more than most people. You know, I wouldn't even say it. If I were you, I'd just say I don't see a huge difference between the high-end guns and the 170. You know, you don't even have to say like softer shot quality and ergos. You know, because the ergonomics are, you know, just preference. You know, I typically think that the higher end guns have a little bit better ergonomics, but I don't even think that they shoot different. You know, like the 170R to me shoots just as well as like any gun ever made. You know, the same with the 180R. The 180R shoots just a little bit better than that 170, and they're all fantastic. So you're definitely not alone. But that's kind of a newer thing in paintball. Really, I'd say the last like 7-ish, 6-ish years is kind of when we started to see that. For a while there was a kind of a big discrepancy between the higher end guns and some of the lower end or mid-range stuff. But now, I mean, especially with Planet Eclipse, they kind of kicked that off, I think, with releasing that Etha 2 a handful of years ago now. The Etha 2 is fantastic. It's, I think, about 7 or 8 years old. And still performs just as well as like all of the other guns out there, you know, and it's considerably cheaper. So it's not just you, it's how things have gone, which, you know, I don't know, is a good and bad thing, right? I think that it offers better opportunity for people that, you know, don't want to spend $2,000. You know, you can spend $500 or $1,000 and get something pretty much just as good as those high-end guns. The high-end guns just have a couple, like, you know, nice features that make it a little bit better. Like the CS3, you know, you can remove the grips without tools. That's about all. You know, there's a couple little things that make it a little bit nicer. You know, you can connect, technically you can connect the Spire 5 straight to the gun via Bluetooth on those things, but no one's really doing that. So, I don't know. It's for sure true. I mean, these lower end mid-range guns are just as good. Ultimate Rental, you're beating a dead horse, Dave. I already invited Brad to Canada, all expenses paid, and he said fly a kite. It'd have to be in the summer. I'd want to kill myself if I had to go to Canada in the winter. I mean, it's 62 degrees outside today. I mean, at the peak at 62, it's not bad. But man, as soon as the sun starts to go down, it is cold as shit outside, and it's like 50. And I can't handle it. So I definitely couldn't handle winter. Eric EP with that $9.99 super chat. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. Ag Bro. Did Ag ever stand anything for anything? It's 67 in Toronto. What? Really? No way. I cannot type on this keyboard. It's 39 degrees in Toronto right now. That's actually not that bad. I mean, that's cold as shit, but you know. 42? I cannot do it. I mean, it's like 50 degrees outside and I'm freezing my ass off. Zach Swain says, why would you even need that Bluetooth? You really don't. That's kind of why most people don't do it. But you can actually pair the hopper to the gun so that every time you pull the trigger, it just feeds automatically know what. It doesn't have any like delay or anything at all. It just is like nearly instantaneous. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's neat, but it's kind of gimmicky at the same time because, you know, no matter what, as soon as that ball drops, it starts to spin anyway. And as soon as it feels motion, it starts to spin. So it's really not the huge deal. I don't even know if it's any quicker at all, actually. I've never actually used a Planet Eclipse gun with like hopper synced up to it. I was thinking about trying it, but I don't know. Who knows? The exact same thing. The Lux did it as well. The Virtue Ace. I made a whole video on the Ace. That thing kind of sucked. They had all kinds of weird problems with it. Ultimate Rental. I used to live in Florida. The weather's good, but the people are nuts. The weather's good and bad, too. I mean, it can be like freaking crazy humid, but having that warmth, I really like Florida in the winter. Florida in the winter is great. You know, it's like 65, 70 every day, 75. Not that much humidity. It was great. Shout out to the Ozarks, like the mountain range. Paintball has been dying in this area, really trying to bring it back. Yeah, that's the one thing that really kind of sucks about paintball is that like, because it's not very big, you know, it's not like the hugest thing. You kind of need like big markets or, you know, consistently good weather to like support a paintball field. Because it's a lot of money to run. I mean, you got to have a lot of employees. The land's expensive. You know, if you're buying bunkers and turf, it's expensive. So definitely in these smaller areas, it's way harder to get like paintball going, or keep it going, we should say. Steve, Brad, getting any of yourself new paintball gear or markers for Christmas? Heck no. Heck no. Heck no. I do have there's a Kinetic. There's going to be a Kinetic KMP. Let's show Kinetic's website. I always spell Kinetic wrong too. I put like an E instead of an I in the front of that. So I definitely am going to do let's get here, a Kinetic paintball video. So I'm going to start wearing some of this stuff. So either Monday or Tuesday, there's going to be a video on the Kinetic Modular Pack, the KMP. I'm going to start wearing this thing. And then Kinetic also make their KPS pant. I'm going to start wearing these things. So I'm not going to get any new guns, but I'm definitely going to start wearing Kinetic stuff. Just because I like it. You know, I really like their pack. And these pants fit me really, really well. You know, I have a hard time finding pants that fit me because I'm tall, skinny, but have like really kind of big legs. Like my quads and like hamstring area are kind of big. So it's kind of hard for me to get pants that fit me well. And those fit me good, so I'm getting those. I mean, I already have those, but I've never actually played in them yet. Hopefully we have a promo code, so if anyone wants to buy Kinetic stuff, there's going to be a promo code for those too. Just picked up the SL3 or SL2 with a Pro V3 rig. I was talking about the Pro V3 rigs the other day. Not much about them. We were just talking about them at the store a little bit. I just bought the Kinetic pants. Flick Freak says they are easily the best pants I've ever owned. That's cool. They'd like to hear that. I don't know. You know, like pants are hard. Like the Kinetic pants are very, very simple. So they have like, you know, two swab pockets, one on each leg, and then they have front pockets. And that's all. That's really all they are. And then there are pants, which some people like. I definitely like that minimalism because I don't really care if I have zipper pockets that much and like a bunch of other flair on them. So I really like how the Kinetic pants are just simple pants. The material is super soft, but like durable at the same time. It kind of feels like they got like, you know, durable fabric and then washed it like 100 times to make it like really soft and pliable. So the pants aren't stiff at all, and they just feel really nice. I like them. Best pants ever though, I don't know if they are for me. I kind of like the Smart Parts chinos. The only thing I really don't like about these is I'm not a big fan of the like jogger fit or like the tapered or skinny pants or whatever we're calling these. I'd much prefer just normal pant, which aren't very popular right now, so I kind of understand why they're not like that, but I kind of wish they were just normal pant. I kind of like how they're prefer just pant rather than whatever. Toronto, 42 degrees. What's the weather here where I'm at? Sacramento, it is 56. You know, still it's not too cold or hot, I should say. Stinky Thor says, I stand by the Exalt Throwback V2 pants. Yeah, the Exalt Throwback pants, they're pretty much the exact same thing as those old Smart Parts pants. They're literally copies. Let's see if I can find pants. No, not race pants. What's with that? Yeah, that works. Yeah, they're pretty much copies of these things. Those Exalt Throwback pants are really just a copy of the old Smart Parts pants, like these things right there. Ooh, I actually got a cool pair of them. These right here. Look at the cool flame on the bottom. The flame on the knees. See, I kind of wish they were just pants. These are probably a little too big as far as like pants go. You know, but these were really cool. I think I got these on eBay about a year ago. They were like 60 bucks. And they're just really neat. I mean, I love these pants and I really like the flame. I don't think I'm ever going to wear them. They got a cool Smart Parts logo. Some people hate Smart Parts with all their being for some reason. You just guys shouldn't care so much. I like them. Flames make you run faster. They used to have matching jerseys and stuff like that. Mr. Orange says, the HKTRX or TRK pant are really lightweight too and comfy. That's what I've been wearing. I mean, I've been wearing those the track pants, the TRK pants, the track air pants for a long time, for like a year-ish. I got a hole in my knee though, which is gonna happen, but I ripped the like seam on that knee or something. I could just sew them back up. It's not too bad, but which I probably will do at some point. Maybe, I don't know. The Kinetics I have are simply pants. They aren't joggers. I'm not a fan of the super tight joggers. They're definitely joggers. I mean, they're like this big around at the bottom. Look. Look at that. That's a jogger. But they aren't like really, really tight. There they are. And I wear an XL. I think that this is a large, but the extra large size fits me a little bit better. Joggers. They're joggers. Steve Stinson, another goddamn Canadian. I got Empire pants, but heavy. Thanks for the tips as usual, dude. You appreciate it, of course. Thank you. Yeah, that's one of the things that I like about the more modern paintball pants is that like they're so much lighter weight than they used to be. You know, paintball pants used to be so freaking heavy. You know, I mean like the Exalt T4 Thrasher pant is probably like the heaviest pant currently, but everything used to weigh like 3 pounds. They used to put so much padding and like make them thick everywhere, and it was just kind of cumbersome and hard to move. That's why I liked those Smart Parts pants, you know, back in the day, because they were so much lighter weight and just, you know, easier to move around with. So I really like how, you know, like those Kinetic pants, or we were saying the TRK, those air pants from HK, I just really like how they're lightweight. I mean, that's kind of like the biggest thing that I like, for sure. Smart Parts closed in 2011. Was it 2011? And restructured as Shocker and DLX. They actually restructured as GOG. And then GOG is actually based in Costa Rica. I mean, there's something not shady going on there. It's crazy. Early paintball pants were basically dirt bike pants. Yeah, they were like dirt bike BMX pants, right? A dirt bike, mountain bike, motocross-ish, something like that. Are clear shell hoppers banned from the NXL event use? Why? You know, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure they are. Just like the NXL doesn't allow you to put stickers on your hoppers either, so I'm pretty sure you can't put, it's been so long since I've actually looked at the rules. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. It's been so long since I've actually looked at the rules, but I'm pretty sure they do not allow clear hoppers, and you can't put stickers on your hopper. The main reason they do that is so that it just makes it reffing a little bit easier. So they don't want people covering their hoppers in stickers so that they can't really tell if they're shot or not. And the same thing for clear hoppers, right? They want it to be like a little bit easier to tell when people are shot, so it just makes reffing a little bit easier. Because those clear hoppers, you know, it's just kind of hard to see hits on them a little bit. So the black hoppers or just solid color hoppers, you can just find those hits a little bit easier. Ultimate Rental, GOG and DLX are the same thing. It's true. Kinda. I mean, I don't know how their business is restructured. But they're essentially the same company. What do they have? They have GOG, DLX, and then Shocker Paintball. It's weird to call them Shocker Paintball. You know, like technically the Shocker era is made by Shocker Paintball. It's weird. I find it very weird though that they like came back based in Costa Rica. I was like, what? I was like, there's some sort of loophole there. Who knows? Brandon says, that's funny because growing up, we used to race motocross. So when we started playing paintball, we used to wear motocross gear by coincidence. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of people though. I definitely see like kids playing with like, you know, motocross stuff or BMX pants or something like that for sure. I mean, they're essentially just pants, you know, they're all good. Most orange gear is banned, if I remember correctly. Most recently, it was yellow. For quite a while, orange was the banned color because all the paint was breaking orange. And the NXL switched quite a while ago to using strictly yellow fill, so they don't allow yellow. But then they switched to using pink fill this last tournament, which I hated. So who knows? Maybe we'll have yellow equipment again, but just ban pink. I think you're thinking of yellow, not orange. Well, kind of, yeah. Because you remember back in the day, like everything was orange. You remember shooting like Hellfire or like Ultra Evil and stuff like that. All that stuff was, well, maybe Ultra Evil came in both, but definitely Hellfire back in the day was all orange fill. Man, my stomach. Infamous went from yellow to orange and now a neon. Yeah, but it's so close to yellow, right? There's like specific Pantone colors. There's like specific colors that you can't have, right? So there's a company called Pantone that actually makes colors and they kind of dictate what colors are. So Pantone colors, you could say we want Pantone color PC45, and then wherever you like get stuff printed or manufactured, they will match it to that Pantone PC, whatever color I said. But Infamous like have a color that's like right outside of that color. So they have that like neonish yellow green color, but it's so close to yellow that it's pretty much yellow. And then they have like a new gold gun that they're gonna come out with. I don't know. It's like a weird thing. I think paint should represent the event location. Like how? Ultimate Restless. I thought the SP symbol on the amp stood for smart parts. Nope. I think that maybe, right? I think that they kind of named Shocker Paintball to make the shockers, and it just coincidentally maybe ended up being SP, or maybe they kind of thought about it a little bit and they maybe went with Shocker Paintball so it could be SP. It's definitely Shocker Paintball. But for a very, very long time, the freak inserts, they used packaging from like 10 years ago, and the old freak inserts used to say smart parts on the packaging. Like years and years after they claimed bankruptcy. Which was weird. And I don't know how the patents work. I don't know if you keep your patents when you claim bankruptcy. I'm not really sure. Nathan asked, when did you start playing paintball? The summer of 2001. Yes. I mean, it could have been like the fall of 2000. I don't really know, but somewhere around there, like late 2000, early 2001. I don't really quite remember. But Victor, I do remember Monster Ball. You know, that's why a lot of paintball fields don't allow blue fill paint. So if you ever go to a paintball field that allows you to use your own paintballs, but they don't let you use like pink and blue. Pink is because it stains everything, and then blue they didn't want because they were trying to eliminate Monster Ball. Monster Ball was sold at Walmart, and the stuff was so hard, you could like stomp on it with your foot and not break it. So they just kind of like eliminated blue. They're like, you can't have blue paint. You're like, what? You're just going to eliminate a whole color just because one manufacturer makes hard paint? That's kind of crazy. How did Smart Parts go bankruptcy with how successful the Ion was? Apparently it's lots of real estate stuff. So, you know, back when the like 2008 2009 housing crisis happened, and all those loans got weird and stuff happened, apparently they were invested in a lot of real estate stuff, and then that just got all crazy. So that's about the same time they started suing everyone, because a lot of people were making, a lot of manufacturers and paintball companies were actually using the Smart Parts patents, which they never enforced. And then all of a sudden they started trying to enforce them to try to like recoup loss or something like that. But it was mainly just the whole like, you know, economy at that time got bad. And I think that they were kind of caught up and swept up in that whole thing. I don't really know. I don't really remember what the like happened with all the lawsuits. I don't know if they won a bunch of them or lost a bunch of them. Because it is weird. I mean, some of these manufacturers, some of the companies were using their patents for years and years, and they didn't say anything. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, wait a minute. You're using our patents and you owe us money, which is fine, but I don't know how like a judge or the law works with that, because if you just let your patents go and don't ever enforce them, and then you just try to enforce them, you know, 10 years later, even when you were aware that the patents were being, you know, broken, I don't know how that works. I feel like that you should enforce them. If you're not enforcing the patents, then anyone can use them, kind of. Ben Lawton says, Ben is a Patreon person. I was going to say what tier you are, but I'm not really sure. The Gibson Guitars method of patent enforcement. Too little, too late. Maybe that's what happened. I honestly don't know. We are not sure. Comp Paintball. I just remembered I emailed you the other day. Hopefully you got it. Keep being awesome. Love this channel. I appreciate you. And if you guys are doing live streams next year from the NXL, let me know. Is that one? Can I do that? Maybe it's this. There's like different like things we can do. I thought that, there we go. I was like, I thought that 2 did it. Nick Sloviak. It's a little weird. Is it like this? What's that? Is this something else? What's this compared to this? Is this like the Wolfpack thing from like... Well, that's like wrestling. Cheers. This is vodka. I don't know. What does that mean? Throw up Highlands. I can kind of finger spell. A, B, C, D. No. What the fuck's D? D, E. Man, what's F? I was going to try to get to an H for you, Mark, but I don't know. I can probably still do blood. Look at that. It's kind of wacky looking. Ugh, I'm not as ambidextrous as I used to be. That's my gang sign right there. These are gang spots for gang tattoos. So you can like see my gang tattoos. That's what I'm saying. Blood. Oh, I'm trying to look at myself and my finger's like backwards in the thing. Blood? Right? That's right, that's what I'm saying. I can't do North Highlands though. I don't know what the North Highlands gang sign is. My middle finger's really long though. Doesn't it look weird? It's like I have an alien hand. Paintball Crips will come after you. We watched a video of Crip Mac last week. That's funny. Like this guy? We watched Crip Mac's video. Crip Mac went paintball and we watched Crip Mac's video last week. This guy's a Crip. He probably won't like my blood sign. Or my red hat. Anyway, I have a Crip Mac. Casually flipping you off. It wasn't casual. Maybe a little bit. Oh my god. Do that blood sign. Oh my god. To do that blood sign in middle school, instant street cred. Dude, we were all doing it in like 6th grade. 6th grade, walking around being like, yeah, we're cool. None of us thought we were cool though, you know. That's Highlands? Alright, that's an H. I was trying to figure out how to... I was thinking about how to make an H with my hands, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I'm capable of it. My hands are not that flexible. We'll talk about this again, because I want to try to pump Patreon to try to get Patreon bigger. Patreon. If anybody, we talked about this really quick earlier. We'll talk about this again really quick. If anyone wants to help support this YouTube channel with, you know, do live streams on this thing. If I gotta move the mouse over here. Doing live streams or uploading early videos. So there's a couple tiers on here. You can get early access to videos. You can get ad-free videos. They're posted to Patreon. You can use their app. It's really good. Longer edits on videos, Discord roles, stuff like that. But this gold tier, the next live stream, so next Thursday, we're going to do a giveaway. So any of those gold tier people, we're going to give away this stuff. Kind of like a paintball DNA package. It's going to come with a 50 round Jello hopper. These like cool soft 3D printed hoppers. It has a really nice magnetic lid closure. You're going to be able to win that thing. a Paintball DNA blunderbuss barrel tip, a 14-inch tip for your dye ultralight barrels. There's a cool Proflex keychain. That toot little Proflex guy right there. A thread protector. Not a thread protector. No, yeah, that's a thread protector. And a fill nipple cover that match. These are really cool. They actually like fit really well onto tanks. Probably the coolest thing, the fold up gun stand. You can see right there, it just folds up real easy. You can put it in a bag, put it on the table when you get to the field, put your gun in it. You know, your tank goes here and you put your barrel right like that. So any of you gold tier Patreon people are going to, one of you will win that. And then we're going to do a giveaway a month. So the next one's going to be for a carbon barrel. Then I'm going to do a G1 thing where I'm going to give away, you know, some headgear stuff. So if you want to win any of that stuff, gold tier, go sign up for that gold tier right there at $10 a month. You can get a special Discord role. More importantly, though, you could win like $150. Yeah, probably. It's about $150 worth of paintball DNA stuff. It's a way to help support this channel, and I much appreciate it. Brandon retracted a message. You have Jacob and Trevor Alien Hands from Trailer Park Boys. I never really watched that. My cousin was way into that. It's funny. I just never really watched it. I don't know. It was funny though. Man, my stomach, I am hungry. That plus the Attitude Era, WWF, suck it. It's funny that WWF got sued by the World Wildlife Foundation. I think that's more funny than anything. Next year, Brad, Thailand Paintball. They're over there right now. What are they doing in Asia? What are they doing in Thailand or like Malaysia for paintball? They used to have PALs. They had like the Paintball Asia League series that was in like Singapore and I think like, I don't know, maybe they did Bangkok, probably. And I'm blanking on the city in Malaysia. Jakarta? No, that's Indonesia. Malaysia. Why am I blanking on the big city in Malaysia? I've even been there. I don't know. But what are they doing in Asia for paintball? Do they still have the Asia World Cup for paintball? Because I would really like to do that. I mean, obviously money is kind of a factor. Was Asia World Cup in Pattaya? We could go get some underage prostitutes while we're there. Oh, good. I'll still never forget when I was sitting at a bus station at the airport in Bangkok. And then there was a bus for Pattaya sitting out there, and there were all just these creepy old white guys getting on this bus to go to Pattaya, and I was like, oh God. It's not a good place for some people, we'll say that. So there's that. I kind of want to watch a video. Should we watch a video? Oh, hey, Nate. Let's see what this is. I've not watched this full thing, but it's pretty long, so you know maybe we're probably not going to watch the whole thing.
Hurricanes are playing some of the best team paintball this entire year.
But I want to check it out.
Nick wraps around and gets a beautiful shot on Tyler. Not a lot of time left. Damage is up by 3. Hurricanes have to go full court press. Reckless attack every second that comes up.
So this is a video about Nick Ripple. Nick Ripple plays for the New Orleans Hurricanes, as well as Breakout Spa over in Europe, the Belgian team. And Nick was like the first, one of the first good European, not one of the first, But he's one of the only like Europeans
That people underestimate, I think.
playing consistently in the pro division here in the U.S.
Because this game is hard. Physically. Emotionally. And for me, paintball isn't just part of my life. It is my life.
See, those pants are ridiculous. Don't wear your pants like that. Like high waters like that. It reminds me of Ryan Pruitt. I don't know how much we're just going to watch. How much should we watch of this? If it's just a bunch of this.
I'm based in Frankfurt, Germany.
Like, look at how nice this field is. It looks so nice. Look at all the trees everywhere. I'm just not used to trees. we don't have trees where I live.
Never really caught me like paintball did. And when I saw tournament paintball for the first time and the whole team aspect of the sport, you don't really have that in any other extreme sport like in paintball, and that's really what caught me. It's the adrenaline.
Yeah, that is
pump.
kind of true. I mean, you really kind of don't. I mean, most of the extreme sports are all like individual sports.
If you play
You got to think about like motocross and skateboarding and BMX and whatever. It's all individual stuff. So it's very loud. It's very rare. I don't even know if there are other extreme sports that are on teams. Nate! With a $9.99 super chat. $9.99? Yes, $9.99. I was thinking I said $99.99. Awesome. You're the man, dude. I didn't get my camera working either. That's not mine. But that's okay, because I can use this one until January 14th, which is actually, weirdly, a month away. 14th or 15th? So I got to actually send my camera away to get fixed. My Sony A7C over there will not hold a charge. Well, it'll hold a charge. That's my other camera. Now the screen won't turn on, and we kind of think it's a memory problem because I've tried to like reflash the firmware like 8 times. Well, more than that actually. And it just won't take. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. So I got to send it to Canon, not Canon, to Sony, I think. I don't know. I got to figure that out. That's a whole nother thing. I don't know. We're not going to watch paintball videos. We're going to let that go to the wind. Maybe we'll come back to it or something like that. Question for you. Would you buy a used Lux Ice with a cool ano or a used 170R? Definitely 170R. I mean, I personally don't really care what they look like. I mean, you know, kinda. But not that much. I mean, to me, the 170R, I'm going to take it just because of the reliability and they're just better guns in general. So I would certainly rather have the 170R over any Lux. I mean, maybe I'd probably rather have it over the TM40 as well. Dude, I am so hungry. Did you ever get a beta for Virtua Paintball? No, I meant to ask today. I was going to actually send a message over and ask for a beta code to try to play Virtua Paintball on the stream today. But I just haven't had enough time the last couple days to be able to get the code and actually try to play before the live stream. But then I was like, oh yeah, I should just get the code, install it, and we'll just play for the very first time live. But I was like, I don't know. I don't want to have to learn the controls and like, I have no idea what I'm doing. But I am. That's something I for sure want to do. I still want to get one. I just haven't done it yet. Yep. That is my goal at some point here soon. Maybe we'll try next weekend. I'll ask tomorrow or very soon, and then I'll give it a install and a whirl, and then we'll try to play like Virtua Paintball, the brand new paintball game from Brett Messer. That should be out pretty soon here. I don't know when it should be out. Do I have like notes on when it'll be out? Nope. I probably have more information somewhere in this long line of things. Dude, I am so hungry. I'm gonna go in a minute, I think. I gotta eat. My stomach is starting to eat itself. Tanner Star? Tanner Star sounds familiar. Do you ever do mag-fed paintball? I have never played mag-fed paintball. I don't really know why. I mean, I just haven't. Mainly because none of my friends play mag-fed. I don't really know anybody who plays mag-fed. We don't really have any like cool mag-fed places to play around here. Those are probably the reasons why. You know, I do have an EMF 100, you know, Planet Eclipse's gun, and I think about using it. You know, I just haven't. It's something I wanted to do though. I definitely want to try to make a video of like my first time playing MagFed, and we'll just go to the paintball field and follow me around, and we'll just play MagFed for the first time. It's on a list of videos I want to do for sure. And I've never played Pump either, which is kind of crazy. And I kind of want to do the same thing with a pump gun. Weirdly, I mean, people are always trying to get me to play Pump, and I've just never done it. I've never really had an interest in it. It's not like I want to shoot fast. I just don't want to pump the goddamn thing, you know? I play with an EMAC all the time, so it's not like I'm one-balling people all the time. So it's not like I just have to shoot fast. It's not like I'm that guy. I just don't. Have you seen how accurate a mag gun is with first strike and a bored barrel? I think you spelled bored wrong. Like the barrel's like, oh God. Yeah, I've shot first strike for sure. I mean, I've used a bunch of I've shot a bunch of mag-fed guns. I mean, probably like 40, not 40. That's kind of all of them. I probably shot like 10 mag-fed guns. I mean, I've shot the TIPX with first strike. I've shot one of the like Titman 98 mod kit things that like Rap4 were making. I'm blanking on the name of them. Like a Hurricane kit or something like that. I've shot first strike with the EMF for sure. I mean, I would love to play with first strike. But like I said, there's nowhere around here for me, unfortunately, to play. But right there, Flynn just said, thoughts on Super Game Florida. I actually don't know about the Florida one. Then I can't tell you. But Florida is on the East Coast. There's Super Game that's up in Oregon. Like that way, something. Super Gaming is in Oregon, and that's a perfect place, I think, for me to try to actually play with first strike. I know the place that I go most of the time, Capitol Edge, or if I go to Davis Paintball or Fairfield, they don't even allow first strike. So it's even if I wanted to use it, we can't even use it there. So it's kind of difficult. But I would really, really like to play with it. I think that it kind of feels like the whole purpose of MagFed to me. Because it's cool, you know, you got the magazines, but having that first strike in there is just so cool that I really would like to play with it. It's pretty crazy. It's almost perfect accuracy at 100 feet. It's probably further than that. Like, it really is kind of hard to like get people to understand, but it just literally goes. It's like, it feels like it doesn't stop, you know? I mean, obviously it still falls because of gravity and stuff, but barely, you know? It's so aerodynamic and it's so much more efficient just in like spreading the air out. It's crazy how much more accurate that first strike is. It's just expensive, you know? I mean, what's it like? $55 or $65 now for like the whatever box for the 200, 150 round. Look at that first strike right there. I got first strike around here. It's all broken. It's been in there forever. It's super old. I'd love to do it, but just haven't yet. This is a great comparison video on showing how good a rifled barrel is. The Lapco FSR First Strike Rifled Barrel Review by Hustle Paintball. Rifled barrels are weird too. I think that for the most part, rifled barrels don't do anything. You know, if you're using like normal round ball paintballs, just normal paintballs, the rifling's not really going to do anything. But with this first strike, if you have that like rifled barrel for first strike, that rifle grooving actually matches the rotation of the actual first strike round. So it actually can like grab that first strike round and actually make it rotate in the barrel before it comes out. So in that case, it's probably going to be a little bit more accurate, but I've never really used, like I said, I don't have a ton of experience with like first strike or even first strike rifle, like specifically rifled barrels for first strike. But I would like to try it. Watch the video on stream. All right, why not? Let's see. There's how long it is. If we search that, it'll better come up. So this is, let's see, I'll see it so long. We're gonna like skip forward a bunch.
And we're gonna be shooting that target down there. We're gonna put 10 rounds down there.
Oh, what's this guy's name? I forgot about this guy.
Check out the grouping, see how accurate it is. We have our standard UL barrel that comes with the diadem.
So this is testing a barrel designed for first strike and the Die Ultralight barrel.
I believe it's 688 bore. So let's get to it.
Damn, look at how he's got the camera set up. Oh no, it's not set up like I wanted. I actually tried to get a camera. Is that first strike rounds or is it just regular paintballs though? God damn, it's all over the place, huh? Ooh.
Now we have our mag with 10 rounds of first strikes. We've already chronoed. We've already made adjustments.
Hold on. I want to listen to him talk again.
There. We're gonna put 10 rounds down there as our control. And we're gonna be shooting that target down there. We're gonna put 10 rounds down there. Check out the grouping, see how accurate it is. We have our standard UL barrel that comes with the diadem. I believe it's 688 bore. So let's get to it.
Ah!
Changing barrels, chronoing, and adjusting our rig with our scope here off the camera, just to save you guys some boredom, because it's really time consuming, and I'm sure you guys don't want to see that. So what we have is our Die CG. We're going to be using it as our control.
Okay, so that was with normal paintballs. So that's normal paintballs.
Now we have our mag with 10 rounds of first strikes. We've already chronoed. We've already made adjustments to our rig and our sight. So let's go rolling.
I don't think I've ever seen this video. I wanted to try to make a video just like this. So this is same barrel with first strike. Damn, it's all over the goddamn place. That was a good one. I mean, it definitely seems, it definitely, I mean, there's a few shots in there that definitely seem more accurate.
This is it, guys. We got 10 more rounds. We put the FSR barrel on this diadem. Didn't have to make any adjustments to our
So that's that first strike ready
sights and
Lapco
optics.
barrel.
So let's see, keep in mind, I'm shooting with a sandbag with my left hand on the tank, just so I can get the rise correct, so I can dial it up. And I'm not, I mean, besides that, I'm just putting the mask right in the middle of the reticle. So let's see how well this does.
I hate how he puts his mask on, because so people won't complain. It's like off. I mean, geez, it definitely is better. It's like substantially more accurate, huh? Look at those shots. They're hitting like all the same spot. Well, that's way better, huh? Well, it's definitely better.
So the best.
That's like shockingly better though. I'm like skeptical. I don't know. It's definitely more accurate with that like first strike ready barrel with that rifled barrel, but that's crazy. I don't think I've seen that video before. Because I know that I planned on trying to do kind of the same video. Huh. That's pretty good. They did a really good job of like showing that it actually works. Is he shooting that convertible? I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. Is there a convertible? Sure. I don't know. Who knows? All right, I want to go. I'm going to go eat. I didn't really eat today. I was just doing too much. So I'm taking off. We're going to end a little early. Not really that much early. So thanks everybody who comes to these live streams. You know, you get some super chats. You guys are freaking awesome. Let's see who super chatted. We had Ultimate Rental. You're awesome. We got Dubs. We have Evan, Tyler, Eric, Steve, you're out there. Comp Paintball, Nate, you guys are fantastic. And without people's support, this whole thing would not happen. And I don't just mean money, you know, like commenting and watching videos, maybe liking a live stream, maybe liking a video, stuff like that. It's very, very appreciative and helps this whole entire thing. You know, it helps people see the videos. It helps all kinds of stuff. And why did I close the chat already? I didn't mean to do that. So for sure, thank you guys. In next live stream, we will be doing that paintball DNA giveaway. And you don't have to be here. So if anyone's a Patreon person, if you are a Patreon member right there in that gold tier, you don't got to be here. I'll email anybody. I'll email not anybody, but I'll email the person who wins said things. That hopper and stuff. And hopefully we got more to talk about. I don't have as much going on, I don't think, next week, so I'll have like a little bit more time to like figure out what to talk about. Oh, someone said something in the chat. They still rocked that cloud print headband. That's crazy. That's a really old one. That was from the very first batch of headbands I made. Look at all of them now, though. There are so many more headbands. It's out of control. That's crazy, though. Huh? I didn't really like those ones. Kind of why I never made them again. I just like the material, that like polyester or whatever the hell we're calling it. It just is kind of hard to get them to tie in the back, and I don't really like that. I think the cotton ties a little bit better. All right, guys. Very much appreciated. Come back not Tuesday. Come back next Thursday, and you'll definitely see a Kinetic paintball video on the channel this week about the Kinetic KMP harness paintball pack, and then the KPS pants. Come back. Thanks, guys. I love you, but you know, not that much.